What's happening, people? This is Brian with Big South Outdoors TV. Welcome to the channel. Today, I'm doing a recap. It's Speedfeed head time again. Be sure and hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. Guys, we just hit 200 subscribers. I am ecstatic. Please subscribe to the channel. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and hit that like button. Also, you can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at BigSouthOutdoorsTV. So, what are we talking about? Well, I'm doing a Speedfeed head revisit. I have a reason for doing this. As you know, I was using the stihl Speedfeed head and something malfunctioned in this. I haven't even taken it apart yet to see what happened. I have a pretty good idea, but I'm going to take it apart and we're going to examine it and see if we can figure out what happened. I switched back to the Echo Speedfeed Head 400 or the Speedfeed 400 head, and I quickly remembered why I switched to the stihl. Let's take this booger apart and see what we can see. The problem I was having with this was, yeah, it's been sitting out in my work truck. It's a little bit wet. The line, as you could hold this weed eater in the air and rev it up, and the line would just start ejecting on its own. And it's not supposed to do that. I put a new spring in it. I figured maybe the spring was not strong enough to hold it out to stop it from doing that. That didn't help either. And now this rascal's not going to come apart. That's probably part of the problem. Maybe if I twist it a little bit. Okay, can't get it apart. But anyway, I don't know what's going on with it. I was not going to spend another $35 or $40 or more than that for another stihl Speedfeed head. When I already had this one, all I had to do was buy the cap for it. Now remember, in my other video, and I'll have Nate put the thumbnail to the video when I installed this right here. When I put this on, everybody I knew except for one person was running the Echo 400 Speedfeed head. The problem I found with it was the cap don't last very long. The video that I have comparing the stihl and the Echo, I'll have Nate put the thumbnail right here. The problem I saw was the cap to this is kind of thin and it only lasts about 3 weeks. Where the stihl button, let me stand up and get it. This stihl, the button on the stihl is the spool. That's what the spool actually, you spool the line on. This thing will last you if you don't bump it on concrete, and I must confess I did. But if you bump it on the dirt like you're supposed to, this button will last you 2 to 3 months. Where this one only lasted me about 3 weeks. And but that's not the reason. The button was not the reason I changed from the Echo to the stihl. I was on a job and I was having to do some fairly heavy weeding. Now what I mean by heavy, if you can see out by the wood line right there, that high material that's kind of big, but it's not big enough to justify putting a mower on. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. I had some heavy weeding to do on a private cleanup job that you couldn't get a mower into the backyard. It was fenced in, and the gate going into the backyard was only about this wide. Well, I didn't want to waste time putting a push mower back there, having to push mow it, and then having to go back over it. You know, I just decided to do it with the weed eater. Well, I restrung this before I ever got started. Not including when I restrung it that time, I had to stop and take this head apart because the line would get so hot inside this head that it would literally break off. I don't know if you can see this. It would break off flush right there. And with the Echo Speedfeed 400, you have to take it apart You have to take this spool out, and you have to pull it all out, put everything back together, and then put the line back on it. And that robbed me of about 45 minutes on that job. It took me, because I'd have to take it all apart, take the line off of it, put it back together, and restring it. And I remembered really quickly, that's the reason I switched from the Echo to the Stihl. I wanted to try it and see if it did the same thing. Well, it didn't. But this one here, I don't know what happened. I can't even get the spool out of it. I mean, it's just locked in there. It won't come out. But normally you just turn it, pull it right out. But something has malfunctioned in this. I put a new spring in it. I put a new button in it, and it didn't help. You could sit there and wind it, and the line would just boom, 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 and the line had come out that far on each side. I mean, it was out 3 feet, and it wouldn't turn it. I mean, it was bogging it down so bad. I decided to call a friend of mine that does exactly what I do for a living. I do lawn care, been doing it for 21 years. He told me of a product that I hadn't tried, didn't even know existed, and that's what I'm about to show you now. I don't know if anybody has ever, I'm sure you have, but Oregon makes their own Speedfeed head. I'm going to do another video unboxing and installing this probably in the next few days. The reason why is because I have just rewound the line, and I'm going to use this line up. Hopefully I'll be doing this Saturday. This is Tuesday. I'll be doing this Saturday. I'm gonna do an unboxing and installation video on it, and then I'll do a review video on it. But guys, when you have to now today I had a fairly easy day, but I had to stop and reline this rascal twice because the line would get hot and sticky, and it would stick to itself, and it wouldn't eject. The line would get so the interior of this thing gets so hot, the line would just break off. I'll keep this for an emergency if something happens to this one. But my brother from another mother has been running this now for 2 years and has had no problems with it at all. So if I had to give a score to the Echo on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd give it a 6. The Stihl, if I had to put a score on it, I'd give it a 5. Not because there's anything wrong with it. I mean, Stihl makes great products, but when you're on a job and the line starts coming out and you can't even get it apart to work on it and figure out what's going on, you know, you might as well not have it. But anyway, the only thing I can say bad about the Echo is they need to redesign it and make the interior bigger around, you know, kind of like this, and maybe it would distribute the heat more inside of it, and the line wouldn't overheat and basically get soft and stick to itself to where it won't, the stickiness causes it to not eject, and then this gets so thin it breaks off because it won't come out. Then you have to undo it, take the spool out, undo it, put it all back together, and restring it. Like I said, one job cost me 45 minutes. I like both of these. Don't get me wrong, I like both of them. They're very easy to use. But when they get some wear on them, they have issues. Keep a watch out for this video, guys. I'm going to be doing an unboxing probably Saturday, and I'll try to get it posted up as quickly as I can. I just wanted to let you know that I do have merch. I've got hats. I did a hat giveaway here a while back. I've got hats and I've got t-shirts. As you can see, it's got the logo on it. What I'll do, I'll have Nate, when he does the editing and we add the tags and everything in the description, I'll have them put the link in the description for the merchandise. Guys, this is Brian with BigSouthOutdoorsTV. Be sure and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and click that notification bell. And always remember to live big, live southern, live outdoors.